So here's how I want you to implement exercise snacking. First, I want you to do 20-second sprints, all out effort, and then rest 2 minutes in between.
If you want to try it, just go out right now, sprint for 20 seconds as fast as you can, and then rest for 2 minutes, and then see what's gonna happen. It's quite dangerous, but you can try it. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kamran. I'm a sport therapist based in Berlin. So today we are going to take a look at one video from a channel named Teachingsman Fashion. I really like this channel and the guy is really good, but this video is quite wild and I agree with some of the information in this video, but I kind of disagree with a few things. So let's get it started.
Over the last 10 years, I've spent thousands of hours in a gym, but I just found out that 50 seconds of this exercise equals 50 minutes of running.
All right, so he claims that 50 seconds of an exercise it's equal to 50 minutes of jogging or running, as he said. He didn't tell us what is that, but I'm really curious to see which kind of exercise is that I can do it for 50 seconds and then I can achieve 50 minutes running results. But I think he already showed us, as we can see here. Let me pause it now here. So the 50 second is, as I can see, is a leg press machine, which means that the leg press machine, 50 seconds of doing leg press machine can be equal to 15 minutes running, which is quite interesting. But he didn't say that that's the exercise. Maybe they were out of the photo or video, but let's keep going and then see what's going on.
Number one, this 60-second workout is as effective as 45 minutes of running. 60-second bounce of intense training 3 to 8 times a day is as effective as 45 minutes of jogging. This is called exercise snacking.
Exercise snacking is become really popular in the last decade, and yes, there is some benefit from exercise snacking, and there was a couple of studies in this area, but I don't know how he wants to use the exercise snacking and change it to the way that we can gain more physique. So let's see.
This was proven in a study that exercise snacking can help improve your cardiovascular system.
He claims that according to the study, exercise snacking burn fat faster compared to the regular exercise, or the study said moderate intensity exercise. But the thing happened in the study is that, as you can see in the result of the abstract, it shows that there is no difference between these two groups, which means that there is no advantage of doing the exercise snacking. I'm not against that because it's quite interesting way to do the exercises, because you can burn calorie faster, and also, as the study said, you can achieve the same result. But it doesn't mean that you can get the result faster, and that's a bit odd, because what he's saying right now in the video, that he highlighted it as well, that exercise snacking can help improve your cardiovascular system and help you burn fat faster than regular workout, which according to the study is wrong. You can burn fast equally.
So here's how I want you to implement exercise snacking. First, go outdoors, and I want you to take 10 minutes out of your day every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And just like the study, I want you to do 20-second sprints, all out effort, and then rest 2 minutes in between. You're gonna do that 4 times. You'll be done in 10 minutes and achieve the same results as if you would have gone out for a 50-minute run.
All right, what he's saying already, that he wants us to do, or people, to do 4 sets of 20 seconds of sprinting. And the study said 3 sets, but anyway, it's not about 1 set up and down, but it's about the whole concept. Yes, exercise snacking is really good. It helps you, and then it needs less time to perform it. These are the advantages of doing exercise snacking, but there is some side effect and disadvantage about that as well. In the study, they have done a warm-up and cool-down, and they have used the stationary exercise. They have done, according to the study, I'm gonna just go through it exactly and say that they have done 3 sets of 20-second all-out cycle sprint, and also they have done 2 minutes cycling in a low intensity, which kind of like pause, but it was like a bit lighter way of cycling. There was no complete rest. And also they have done 2 minutes warm up and 3 minutes cool down, which is really important. One of the most important things when you want to do a high intensity exercise is doing a proper warm up, because you're going to do that exercise for a short period of time. If you push yourself 100% in that period and you didn't do a good warm-up, you're going to injure yourself. So probably if you want to run, as he said, instead of cycling, because cycling in the machine is more comfortable and there is a stationary, you use less joints. When you just want to run outside, you're going to use more joints. You have more complex movements, more joints involved in that process. So you need a proper warm-up, which might take longer to do, 10 to 15 minutes to do the warm-up. So if you add 10 to 15 minutes warm-up and then 10 minutes do the sprint, it's good. At least it's like 25 minutes and you can get the same results, but it's not that simple just going out and do 5 or 4 sprints for 20 seconds and rest and then come back home. You have to do a proper warm-up, you have to do a proper cool-down. If you want to try it, just go out right now and then sprint for 20 seconds as fast as you can and then rest for 2 minutes. Again, do 2 or 3 more sets and then see what's gonna happen. It's quite dangerous, but you can try it. Anyway, let's continue.
Number 2, get physically stronger while playing video games. Look, there's nothing wrong with playing a video game to relax. The real issue with video games is that it leads to long time sitting down, which can then lead to weight gain. That's what we're trying to avoid. So
I completely agree with that. It's not just about gaming, it's about sitting for a long time. Too many jobs, like office jobs, like architects, YouTuber, editors, they have to sit a lot during the day. And sitting a lot can cause you a lot of problems, from heart diseases to lower back problems. So I completely agree that if you're sitting a lot during the day, you have to do something with it. So let's see what he's suggesting.
So you can build a great physique. You're gonna do this with squats. Now the reason I'm saying squats is because remember exercise snacking? Well, I looked into another study, and what that study found on exercise snacking is that multi-joint lower body movements, which push away from the ground, were more effective than single joint upper body exercises like a curl, for example.
It's more effective than the other type of exercise? In what? In burning fat or building muscle or what?
I want you to exchange 60 minutes of game time with 60 seconds of high intensity squats. So to put it into perspective, if you're gonna play for 6 hours on a Saturday, every hour you play, you should pause the game.
So a study that he's talking about, anyway, all the links in the description below so you can take a look at the studies as well. This study is kind of a report, this is not a study, but anyway, the original version of this article is in Chinese, so I couldn't read it. But the abstract, it has both versions, Chinese and English. And they said that in their report. I'm gonna read it for you exactly word by word. Depending on the participant age and tolerance, exercise snack patterns may be extended and distinguished into 2 forms. 10 minutes of gentle intermittent exercise twice a day, or 60 seconds of really intense exercises 3 to 8 times a day. The main consideration for exercise snacks include multi-joint exercise is better than single joint exercise, lower body exercise is better than upper body exercise, and dynamic and rapid movement that pushes away from the ground promote osteogenesis and help prevent fractures. Exercise snack may be applied in healthcare practice and related research to promote health and improvement in the quality of life. It can prevent fracture. it's about bone density, which, by the way, it's accurate, but how can you relate that to the physique of a person? This study shows that this type of movement is good for the bone density and also can prevent the fracture, but it doesn't say anything about physique, or you can have a really good physique after that. So honestly, I have no idea right now. By the way, I don't want you to misunderstand me, because I completely agree with being active when you're sitting too much. I prefer, and I'm suggesting to all my patients, if you're sitting a lot during the day, have a break every hour and just stand up, walk around, do some stretching, do some movement, even doing the squats is gonna be really good. But telling people that according to the study, doing squats, like 1 minute squat every hour, is gonna help you to be in a good shape and build up your physique, it's not that accurate, because the study didn't say that. But it's really important to do it and make sure you are active enough during the day for your overall health, to increase the blood circulation, to make you feel better, because when you sit a lot, there is less blood circulation in the body, and also you might have a bit pressure on your spine. By walking and doing some movement, you will release that tension from your back. So I'm suggesting that doing it all the time, but not because of being fit, because you want to be healthy.
Number 3, get six-pack abs with 60 seconds of nature.
Get six-pack abs with 60 seconds of nature. I really want that.
Of nature. Now yes, to get abs, you need to have less fat on your body. And eating less calories is the best way to do it. But you can speed up the process by lowering the amount of stress.
So that's correct. If you want to have a six-pack, you have to drop your body fat percentage, and with exercise and diet is the best way to do it. And stress can cause you having more fat. That's completely correct till now.
Stress. And science has found that the more stress that you have, the more fat you carry on your body. They proved this in a study. They took a group of participants and found that those who walked in nature for 60 seconds had lower levels of stress compared to those who ran on a treadmill inside a building for 15 minutes.
All right. Now he's talking about a study that the subject have done 1 minute of walking in nature, and they compared that subjects to the people who has done 15 minutes of treadmill. Again, I have gone through the study. The study is from a group of students in Thailand, and what they have done is they put subjects on treadmill and they divided the subject in 4 different groups. The first group has done the treadmill without any view or nature view. The second group has done 1 minute with the nature view and 14 minutes without the nature view. The third group has done 5 minutes with nature view and 10 minutes without it. And the last group did 15 minutes treadmill by nature view. So as you can see, there is a treadmill in the area with some curtains, so you cannot see the outside. And what the researchers has done is they just remove that, and then you can see the nature for the 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 15 minutes, and then they close it. So what they have done is they try to analyze the attention score. The attention score. That's important. Let me read the result from the paper. The result of this experiment showed that while attention score are higher in the groups with some exposure to nature, the score increases do not establish statistically significant differences but showed a promising pattern. The study suggested that an exercise with 1 to 15 minutes view of nature can improve attention while people must stay out of public spaces or indoors, and that designers and planners should bring nature to every window, still to increase opportunity during the potential pandemic and air pollution crisis. So this study happened because of the pandemic, and then what they said that is that it's good for the designer and the planners to create a way that people can do the exercise and see nature while they're doing the exercise. It doesn't even conclude that doing the treadmill inside is bad or it's not effective compared to the 1 minute nature view. They just said that they are suggesting it's better to have a nature view. And the comparison said that there is no statistically significant difference between them. And also, they measured the attention score, which is quite different. I don't want to go through that in this video.
Number 4, build muscle by training for only 15 minutes. You see, most guys want to build muscle. However, they don't want to spend hours in the gym every single day. So I'm going to show you how to get stronger with just 15 minutes. You see, your physical strength has a big impact on how successful you are going to be with women. It's been proven that women see physical strength as a sign of genetic quality.
Really?
The stronger
Okay.
you are, the more attractive you'll be to them. All right. That was literally just one set. That's all I need you to do. Because in a recent study, they took 3 groups of participants. One group did 5 sets of the exercise. Group 2 did 3 sets of the exercise. And group 3 did 1 set of the exercise, like I just did with bicep curls. Here's where it gets interesting. After weeks of training, they then tested the 1 rep max in the bench and the squat, and also measured the size of their muscles. They all grew stronger and bigger, which means just doing 1 set of each major muscle group is more than enough for you to start seeing some size and strength. You don't need hours. So to get physically stronger in 15 minutes a day, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna lift.
All right, the study that he's talking about is from one of the best professors in the world. There's always a controversy in this area that how many sets we need to do, with which volume, which repetition. And one of the most famous professor in the world is Brad Schoenfeld, and he has done a lot of study in this area. And the study that he's talking about is from this professor as well. So let's take a look at the study. In the same study that he's talking, the author concluded that the increases in strength and endurance can be attained by a resistant trained individual with just 3 13 minutes weekly session over an 8 weeks period, which what he said, when you do it a short period of time, like 15 minutes for 3 times a week, and do it for 8 weeks, you can see some results. And again, these gains are similar to that achieved with substantially greater time commitment. Alternatively, muscle hypertrophy follow a dose-response relationship with increasingly greater gain achieved with higher training volume. So, what they said that increasing the volume of the training can affect your hypertrophy, means the size of your muscle. In this type of exercise, you might gain the same strength, but the size of the muscle might be achieved, the higher size of the muscle might be achieved by higher volume, means that 3 sets or 5 sets of exercise. Also, the author said that those seeking to maximize muscular growth need to a lot greater amount of weekly time to achieve this goal. So the same thing that I said, that you need to have a higher training volume if you are looking to get more in shape and have bigger muscle. But if you want to increase your strength, you can do a single set exercises. So generally, there are like millions of studies out there that they compare the effects of 2 sets, 3 sets, 1 set. We have done that in university as well, that we compare the different sets in different variation of the exercises. And some of them shows that there is a significant changes between group, and some of them said that there is no significant changes. What I believe and what I do is that you have to try both of them and then see which one is more comfortable for you. When I have free time and my schedule is not packed, what I do is that I try to go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week or 5 times, and then I will go for 3 sets for each exercise, and then I push until I can to failure. But if I don't have time, what I do is just I go to gym and then I do 1 set max rep as much as I can, and that's it, because it doesn't need a lot of time and it might help you to keep your size And then as you can see in the study shows that you can improve your strength as well. So it completely depends on you and what kind of training is comfortable for you. But I believe that if you want to be in shape and having a better muscle condition, you need to do the hypertrophy version of it, which means that you need to do 3 sets each exercise. Let's keep going.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then, during your weightlifting session, you will just do 1 set of maximum reps for each exercise, trying to target at least 1 exercise per muscle group. So I suggest you start with bicep curl, then military press, pull-up, back squat, machine leg press, and flat barbell bench press. Make sure you push yourself to failure.
All right, there is a question here, why we have to start with the biceps curl? Because there is lots of study shows that you have to start with the bigger muscle, like a back muscle or quadriceps. So, and then with the multi-joint exercises like squats, and then at the end that you are tired and you don't have enough energy, you can focus on a smaller muscle like biceps. And the second thing is, the question here is, there is no triceps in the plan. What he said that is the biceps, pull-ups, barbell chest press, squats, and leg press machine, but there is no triceps in the movement. He doesn't like the triceps, or it's not in the plan. So I believe this plan needs to be a bit adjusted, and it has to be started with the bigger muscle group. And also if you want to train your small muscle like biceps and triceps individually, you have to keep both of them in the plan, or just put both of them aside and say that, okay, I'm gonna train these two by doing push-ups and pull-ups. So that's how it's supposed to be. So let's keep going.
And you will grow stronger in every major muscle group, making you more attractive to women with only 15 minutes a day.
He's correct. If you push yourself to the failure, you're gonna see improvement even by doing 1 set, but the strength, not the hypertrophy. Let's keep going.
5. Increase the size of your arms with just 3 seconds. You heard me right, and you can do it from your room, your office, it doesn't matter. In a small study, researchers divided 39 college students into 3 groups. The first group performed a 3-second eccentric bicep curl, which involves you lowering the weight. The second group performed a 3-second isometric, which involves holding the weight at a 90-degree angle. And the third group performed a 3-second concentric curl, which involves raising the weight up. They then trained 5 days a week for only 4 weeks. By the end of the study, the group that performed the eccentric movement, which was lowering the weight down for 3 seconds, grew their muscle size by 12%. That's significant.
So what he's saying that there is a study that they have done this eccentric, concentric, and isometric movement in the biceps, and then they have found that after 20 sessions, like 4 weeks of 5 sessions a week, they have seen a lot of improvement. So what I have done, again, I have gone through the study and then I found the study. So let's see. So he said that in that study, they improved 12% of their muscle size. In their study, they concluded that the eccentric group show increase in isometric, concentric, and eccentric muscle voluntary contraction strength. So they increased the strength. So that was about the strength. And they said that no significant changes in muscle size were observed for all groups. No significant changes, which means that there was no changes in the muscle size in these groups. And he claimed that it was 12%, which might be, even if it's 12%, is not that significant in the study, which I believe is not, because it's quite weird. 12% is quite good, but even if it's 12%, is not significant. So it's kind of weird that the study reported there is no changes in muscle size, but he claims that by 3-second eccentric, 1 time a day for 4 weeks, you can increase your muscle strength and size by 12%. And the way that they did this study, they used the isokinetic machine, which is controlling the strength because you cannot grab a 20 kg dumbbell and do the eccentric movement. You have to have a proper accessories and equipment for that, to do the eccentric part of the movement with the highest weight that you can, and increase it every day for 4 weeks, and then you might see some changes in the strength and not in the size. It's weird.
Number 6, I'm gonna show you how to walk 3 miles without leaving your home. I know, it sounds impossible, too good to be true, but you're gonna do this with something called exercise conversion.
Yes, exercise conversion is quite popular. The scientists, I think in like 20-30 years ago, come up with that. And the idea behind it that you do the activity that you burn the same amount of calorie that you do during another activity, which is jogging or running in his example. But what exactly going on is that it's not just about burning the calorie, it's about building the muscle. When we do any exercise or any activity, so what happens is that in the long run, you're gonna have more muscle, then you have higher basic metabolic rate, and you have higher metabolic rate, which burns more calorie during the day, which can help you to burn calorie and fat faster. So it's not just about burning calorie in one activity. That's really good idea if you don't have time, do some activity at home to burn more calorie. But if you want to be in shape and if you want to have really good muscle condition, you have to work your muscle. You have to do training, especially weight training, to build up that muscle. So that's all for today. I really like this guy. He's doing an amazing job. But sometimes we need to give our viewers really good scientific data and show them how they can be fit and better, not just coming up with some idea. I just try to explain as much as I can. There is nothing against this guy. I really like this guy. I subscribe to him because he's doing perfect job, and then I'm gonna watch his video all the time. I just wanted to clear some conclusion from his video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.